anyway, let's get this recording going so that way I can go off and go into a comatose.
Yes, yes. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Meeting of the Mad Hares. We are continuing our discussion of The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I am joined by Grumpy Cobalt
Hello.
and Rusty Helm.
Hey y'all.
Welcome to our lurkers, both in call and on our recording. I hope you'll have a fun time. We are where we left off last time. Were we past the Riders of Rohan, or no? We were in chapter. We was in chapter 4. Sorry, it's been a hot minute. We were with Treebeard. We had met the Treebeard, or we're about to meet the Treebeard. I know this is gonna.
Yes.
Oh yes, the Treebeard. This is going to be a very common thing I screech every time we are in this series, but they keep on nerfing characters, and my question is, why?
It's like the only thing I can think of is that press for time, because again, it's like we've probably been saying this throughout the first books. Like with how long the movie was, it's like they just had to condense everything from these huge books. It's like,
Yeah. Well, like, it varies. Because I can understand cutting a good chunk of Treebeard, but, like, what they kept, I'm just like, I know I was complaining earlier about how Merry and Pippin were basically, in the first book, boiled down to comic relief when they were actually relatively competent, both of them, in the first book. And in this one, I think they were trying, at least in the variation of the movie, they were trying to offset that. Because their roles later on do get a little bit more serious. And they're trying to build that back up after they nerfed them in the first movie. But, yeah. Okay. But Merry and Pippin freshly escaped from the orcs, run off into the woods, and they end up actually meeting Treebeard, who is an Ent. And I freaking love the Ents.
yeah, the Ents are great.
I love the Ents. But, apparently Ents can actually travel relatively far very quickly.
Yeah, it's like relatively to how they move. It's like they may look like they're moving slow, but even like how tall would you say Treebeard is?
Let me see.
Like hundreds of feet.
Well, like the movie rendition of him.
Like I know he's the size of like a good sized tree,
Yeah.
and it's like with just that size, just by walking, you're easily going over 100 mph.
Yeah. It's like his strides along, they're pretty far.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, so a hobbit's about 3 feet tall, and Merry and Pippin are just kind of like sitting on top of his head. So I'm going to say probably at least, I don't know, 60 to 90, maybe 100.
Are they wrong?
I think they're wrong 100%.
I don't know. The sizing of these characters is very sometimes inconsistent from thing to thing. Because we never see the Ents. From my recollection, we don't see the Ents in comparison to anyone else except for like Merry and Pippin versus everyone else.
Yeah.
How tall is Treebeard?
Yeah.
There's no way he's only 14 feet tall.
No.
No.
Where are you getting that at?
Google?
Google's tripping.
There's no way he's only 14 feet tall. Maybe 35. I think he's much taller than that. How tall was Treebeard? Where are they getting this number? I feel like these things should be so much taller than what they say they are. I have to be. They're saying like average height of an adult ent is 10 to 20 feet. I'm just like, that doesn't feel right. Either those battlements from like the fight at Isengard is a lot shorter than I think they're supposed to be, or yeah, my brain's just like, nope, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they should be so much taller, but apparently my understanding of size is not a thing. Hello, Primrose. Okay, I guess we're both wrong. Ents are like 15 feet tall. I feel like that's wrong, but I cannot find a source that says otherwise, although I'm trying to find their original source, and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, which, I mean, the only thing I will say is, like, with the hobbits being roughly around 3 feet, that is 5 times shorter than what an ent is. So maybe just comparing the height of the hobbits to Treebeard, but it's like, even then, it's like, he seems taller.
Yeah.
He seems taller than just 5 times the hobbit's size.
I don't know. It's like the scaling, because like I know they were focusing more on the scaling, and this is just discussion of movie stuff, of the scaling with them versus like the people to make it a little bit thing, but like it was you have to really pay attention, and sometimes it wasn't all that consistent.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe they didn't focus all that much on the scaling, because, like, half the time when you see Merry and Pippin in comparison to Treebeard, they're sitting on top of his head. And, like, that's all you see.
Wait a minute. So it's like I'm looking on Wikipedia, and where it's talking about, like, the Treebeard height, all it's saying is like a book 3, chapter 4 Treebeard.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find that. Because, like, I don't know if just like my what I think. I don't know. It's like maybe like just the representation of Treebeard, the fact that he's like has this growth on his back that Pippin is usually on top of. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, our perception of height has been shattered. So
I don't think I have a perception of height. I cannot tell height. I cannot tell age. I just float along in life, and I don't know what's going on half the time. Someone help me. Ugh.
Alright.
Okay. But we do get a lot more with Treebeard, and I understand that they cut a lot of this out. Because time. Like, honestly, I'm surprised. I'm just happy we even got the Ents. But we do get a little bit more information concerning the Ent wives, who apparently they freaking lost.
Oh yes, the Entwives. It's like the Ents are complaining that their numbers are dwindling, and Merry and Pippin like asked like you can't make more, and it's like no, the Entwives just left, and we can't find them.
No, like here's the thing that's like freakingly I found hilarious, and I kind of it made me actually think of Grumpy here because like her when she plays like Minecraft or other like farming or like cozy games kind of like that with her husband usually goes off and does things while she stays at the house and makes things pretty. And I thought about that kind of when they were describing the Ent wives. Like the Ent wives, they tend to like to actually they tend to like to want make gardens versus the Ents who tended to just wander around. And they sometimes wandered into an Ent wife's garden and hung out with them for a little bit, but then the guys always wandered off. It's like you didn't lose them, you forgot where they were. And then something happened to their gardens, and yeah. Because apparently something attacked their gardens, and they don't know where the Ent wives went after that. So I don't know. It's like, maybe don't wander all that far.
Oh. But yeah, it's like I think they were saying like even the elves don't know where the Entwives went to.
Nope. And I'm just like, dang.
Uh,
But yeah. I kind of like the depiction of the Ent house, and I found it hilarious that he laid down to, like, stay awake so he could actually have a conversation with the hobbits versus sleeping.
yeah, that bit was like a little. That bit was interesting. It's like, huh. So essentially, laying down is the equivalent to us standing up, I guess.
Apparently, I'm surprised. I don't know. I don't know. Ents are weird, and I love them, but still, Ents are weird. But, like, okay,
Well,
go ahead.
well, Ents are Fae, so Fae are inherently peculiar.
They are peculiar. But, again, here's like, okay. But when we get like introduced to Treebeards, like we get a lot more information of concerning the Ents, and we get like a lot more ballads. Like kind of wish they did more. They incorporated more of the songs from the book into the movies, but they didn't really start doing that on a regular basis until the Hobbit trilogy, and that was only like 3 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they're able to actually call together their council of Ents to make a decision of if they are going to go to war. And again, here's where I have problems of like them nerfing characters unnecessarily and then trying to revitalize them by nerfing other characters. Because in the movie, it was Mary, wasn't it, who, like, rallied the Ents to their side, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, I think he had Treebeard like just walk in this certain direction, and which just happened to be like the direction where all the carnage from the other Ents. I guess Saruman.
Yeah, Saruman basically uprooted an entire forest to build his orc breeder, I guess. But, like, in the movie, the Ents were just like, yeah, we're not cool with this, so we're going to go to war with And like they didn't even make that decision with the hobbits there. The hobbits had basically been like, okay, so we're going to have our discussion. Expected to be a couple days. This is our friend Glad, and you're going to hang out with him. He has a house nearby. You're going to hang out with him. He's already made his decision. He's with y'all. So yeah, you're just go chill with him while we have our conversation. And then all the Ents come together. They get their rallying cry, and then it's like to war, to war. The Ents are marching to war.
Yeah, because I mean, wasn't in the movies like they were just completely neutral, but in the books, Treebeard already shows a loathing for, is it Sauron or Saruman or both?
I think specifically it was the Saruman because he was his neighbor, but he wasn't a very good neighbor.
That's a mood.
That is a mood.
I've had more than my fair share of not pleasant neighbors.
Yeah. Nothing's worse than a port with a bad neighbor. But I really liked their the marching song that they had. To Isengard, through Isengard, be ringed and barred with doors of stone. Through Isengard, be strong and hard, as cold as stone and bare as bone. We go, we go, we go to war, to hew the stone and break the door. To bowl and brought are burning now, the furnace roars, we go to war. To land of gloom, with tramps of doom, with roll of drum, we come, to Isengard, with doom we come, with doom we come, with doom we come. I wish they had more of these chants. They had like a very subtle, shortened version of this in the movie, but like, dude, you could have made this epic. The Ents themselves are epic, but like
Yeah, just imagine like hearing that with like the classic Lord of the Rings scores and everything. It's like,
yeah, it's like I love the Ents, but I still felt like how they handled Merry and Pippin. I feel like I still have having qualms about how they handled Merry and Pippin in general.
yeah,
It just makes me appreciate the book more.
yeah.
I agree.
Just makes you, yeah. But after Treebeard, are we still? Nope. Okay, we're back with Gimli and our other half of our party in chapter 5. Any other discussions concerning Merry and Pippin and their new friend Treebeard?
The only thing is that I never really have goosebumps when reading books. That's just not something I get very often at all. And I had it here, and I felt very inspiring to read. And like, I like the music and the setup in the movie, but here it felt like more like almost like they were resigning themselves to their doom.
Like,
But
it was like
they knew they had no other. It was either do it and die now doing something, or die now being cornered and slaughtered.
It's like they like, because like Treebeard actually says something along the lines of, "This is like the Ents' last stand."
Yeah, because I think he mentioned that there's not a lot of Ents that are capable of actually fighting left, or at the very least, very few.
Mm-hmm. And they can't make any more of the Ents because they can't find their women, and so this is like literally the last. So like they're more of like, if we're going to go out as a species, because they had this issue of like, basically from my understanding, the Ents are kind of for all intents and purposes, immortal, aside from the point of they get so old they become tree-like, more so than they already are, to the point where they're just standing and you can easily mistake them for a tree, and they're basically asleep.
That was one thing that I do remember. Like the whole origin of the Ents, like where the elves essentially woke them up, and a lot of them have gotten so old, like how you said, how they're essentially sleeping to where they're more tree-like
Mm-hmm.
now. But I just found like the whole origin of them like really interesting.
Yeah. But like it's like either they go out as a species with a war or they're going to disappear with a whimper. That is the choices they have as a species, and it's kind of sad but kind of epic at the same time.
Yeah.
So, moving on to chapter 5, the White Rider. This is where I felt like this was a lot more build up for the return of Gandalf.
Yeah, because for a while there, the party didn't realize it was actually Gandalf. For a second there, they thought it was Saruman.
Yeah, but like, okay, so it's been a hot minute since I've actually seen the Two Tower movie. And so basically, we just have, from what I remember, Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn are going through the forest. The reveal of Gandalf is kind of like a flashback. I'm trying to remember.
It's been a while since I've seen the Two Towers as well.
Oh, we have the internet. Let's see if we can just find that clip. Gandalf returns.
Come on.
Okay, found it, I think.
Makini, the White Wizard approaches. Do not let him speak. He will put a spell on us. We must be quick.
You are tracking the footsteps of two young hobbits.
Where are they?
They passed this way, day before yesterday. They met someone they did not expect. Does that comfort you?
Who are you? Show yourself! It cannot be.
Forgive me. I mistook you for Saruman.
I am Saruman. Rather Saruman as he should be.
You fell.
Through fire and water. On the lowest dungeon to the highest peak, I fought him in the Balrog.
Okay. That was a very shortened version. And I
Yeah.
still don't know how I feel. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the... Because like they always refer, like one thing I've noticed is they always refer to him in the book as the White Rider versus in the movie he's the White Wizard. But like
Yeah.
also in the book he's like in the first few scenes of him being seen and actually Legolas tracking him through the woods as he's coming close to them, he's in his gray cloak. He has his hat on. They don't know who he is. They don't know if it's Saruman. They don't know if it's someone else. They had no clue it was Gandalf.
Yeah, because like anytime that he takes his cloak off, it's like he's a beam of, it's like he's a sunbeam,
Yeah.
like almost blinding. But yeah, it's like once it's revealed that it is Gandalf, their basic reaction is, "But why are you white, Gandalf?"
Yeah.
But anyways,
It's like we basically have basically him retelling his entire trip up and down with his fight with the Balrog. Gandalf tells him, it's like, Merry Pippin are fine, they're hanging out with an Ent. And Legolas is like, oh, I would love to have seen an Ent. And, yeah.
yeah, in the books, Legolas like really is fascinated by Ents, if I remember right. It's like,
I think it's because he's like, I don't know what it is, but like the book version of Legolas always feels so much younger than what he was portrayed as in the book. I mean, in the movie. It's like he feels younger to me, like he's like a teenage elf or something, like a young adult elf, like not a older graceful guy that Orlando Bloom portrayed him as. It's just like he feels younger in the book. He feels more youthful. And I feel like there's like the two extremes with the elves in the actual written version of them in the Lord of the Rings. You have like the posh and elegant version, and you have like a younger, more
mischievous.
whimsical, carefree version, and Legolas to me tends to lean that way with how he's written.
I find it funny that there's like no in between with the elves. It's like
There's
you're either, it's like you're either the spoony bard, whimsical type, or you're the posh upper class. Looks, I don't know about look. I don't know about look down on others, but it's like very posh and prim and proper, essentially.
It's like, I feel like, okay, so you have the young, whimsical, happy-go-lucky version of the elf, and then you have like the older, distant, wise beyond their year, wise because of how old they are version of elf.
I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago.
Pretty freaking much. But, yeah.
Oh goodness.
But, like, there's this one section when they're, like, when, apparently, Gandalf, when he was brought back to the world of the living after basically dying, he ends up back, in the realm of, Gadriel. And she gives him two messages. One is for Aragorn, one is for Legolas, and they're both doom and gloom. And then Gimli, who is simping so hard for her, is just like, she didn't have anything for me? And Gandalf... and Gandalf is just like straight up, make something up to make him feel better.
It's like no doom and gloom for me.
It's like, no, he doesn't care if it's doom or gloom. He just wanted her to say something about him. And I'm just like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. But yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. I just found that part hilarious. But they then get their shit together, they get done with their powwow, and then they're like, okay, so we're not going to go after the hobbits, because they're fine. We're going to let them do what they're going to do. We, however,
Yeah,
we need to go off to Rohan and help these guys out, because, oh crap, that's going to be a shitstorm pretty soon.
yeah, it's like, they're with the Ents, they're fine.
They're fine. They're just going to go up against the wizard in a little bit. They're fine.
Didn't they say like there was like horror stories about the woods that they were in, but it's like it's nothing to
It's-
worry about.
It's just the Ents. I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't know. But, like, I found, like, it kind of funny how they explain that away, because they were told, yeah, it's like, you might want to steer clear of these woods, they're dangerous. But they're like, you're dangerous too, Legolas, and so are you, Aragorn, and Gimli, you're definitely dangerous by any point of the imagination. Everyone here is dangerous. But their Ents are not going to hurt the hobbits. They're not going to hurt the halflings. Now, we have other shit we need to be doing. Let's go.
Yeah, which I think wasn't there like one part of the forest that they weren't in, but was like a little bit further out that was that had like Ents that were more aggressive.
I do not remember that.
I thought there was like one section of the woods that even Treebeard was like, oh yeah, we don't hardly go over there. They're the guys over there are pricks.
You can have
I
bad
don't know.
neighbors. You can have bad neighbors too, and they can also be Ents.
Yeah.
Treebeard does not have the best, has not had the luck of the draw when it comes to neighbors.
No, he has not.
Anyway. Okay, so we get into the King of the Golden Hall, and I think this is actually the one section where I preferred the theatrical version of it. Because I think...
How so?
Well, like, okay. So, we had the... I think it's just because this section, I appreciate it being quicker, because usually they're talking a lot of politics, there's a lot of names being thrown around, I'm not following half of it. But I don't know, it's just like, some things I'm just like, I think when lore is cut out, I have problems, but when politics is cut out, I have less problems. Because the talking about like the goings on of man and the different cities and stuff, a lot of the names just go right over my head. Like, I have no idea half the time. I had to like double check to make sure that the character that they were talking about was the same character I had in my head, because I have the mental picture of all of the actors from the movie. But,
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. But Wormtongue is still just as slimy as I expected him to be.
Yep. I did find like their entrance into the castle was pretty humorous. It was like when they were having to leave their weapons behind, and they finally get to Gandalf's staff, and it's like, come on, are you gonna deprive a man of his support? It's like, I was trying to remember back a few sections, like, wasn't Gandalf like I don't know about like showing any shows of strength or whatever, but it's like now all of a sudden he's just a feeble old man. It's like,
He's playing. I was actually a little bit more...
I know he's playing. I'm just trying to think like I'm trying to remember how he was like just about 5 seconds ago. It just felt like it just felt like the moment that they mentioned him having to leave his staff, like, oh, but you wouldn't deprive me of my own support. I'm just a old man. It's like just immediately just starts shriveling up. It's like, come on, playing a little thick, aren't we?
Yeah, it's like I was actually more. I found it a little bit more humorous. It was almost like Aragorn was when they were trying to get him to leave his sword. I don't know why. It just like he was. I don't want to say whiny, but I feel like he complained more about him leaving his sword than Gandalf having them trying to get Gandalf to leave his staff.
Well, I mean, Aragorn was also like like backing up Gandalf because I think Aragorn was the one that was asking like, come on, you're gonna deprive a man of his support or what was the word what was the wording? But yeah, basically Aragorn was backing him up on that bit too.
Yeah. But, like, I still, like, everyone was complaining about, like, why the heck do we have to leave our weapons? We are friend, not foe. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Aragorn playing up like anyone who touches this sword will die. It's like,
Okay,
is that
calm
a thing,
down.
or are you making that up?
He...
Because like, is that a thing, or I'm trying to remember like the lore about his sword. I know it's a really special sword, but I'm like,
I think
okay, is
it
it that
his...
special?
Okay, so, like, he was basically threatening anyone touches this, they will die. I'm not seeing that as a touch this and you will be smited. I see this as a touch this and I will come after your ass. That was a
Okay.
threat. He was threatening that man.
Okay, because I was trying to remember. It's like I don't remember his sword having like divine uh power in the previous book, where it's like the only one who could wield it, like anyone who isn't Aragorn, who touches it is like instantly smote.
I don't recall that either, but, like, I do recognize that man was threatening him.
Yeah.
Aragorn was threatening that man with bodily harm.
And of course, once Aragorn finally relented, Gimli's like, "Okay, fine. My axe can stay like right next to his sword, I guess."
It's like, fine, I'll leave my axe. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Grown-ass men, and they are throwing a fit when you are telling them to just leave your toys for 20 minutes. I think the only one who didn't put up a huge fuss was Legolas.
I'm trying to remember the significance of his bow. Like I know it was a gift from like the elves, but it's like
It was a gift from Gadriel.
Gadriel. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, again, Gimli has it so bad for her because he, again, threatened a man because he dissed her. I'm just like, Gimli.
Oh yes, I remember that. It's like, okay, fine, I'll let you slide on this, but if you ever meet her, you either tell her that she's the finest woman in the world, or we're done.
Or we're not friends anymore.
Exactly, you're dead to me.
Okay, if they wanted to have a dwarf elf romance, they should have done it with Gimli and Gadriel. They shouldn't have done it with whoever they did it with in The Hobbit, because good grief, Gimli had it hard for her. It's like, if you wanted a dwarf elf romance, it's there in the original trilogy. Because Gimli was singing praises for his milady. And I don't mean that as a nice guy. I mean that is his muse, I guess. Yes.
Yeah, Gimli is the ultimate simp in this trilogy.
It's like, okay, I don't want to really use that word all that much because simp has such a negative connotation. But like Gimli's is like more positive. I feel like it might just because I love Gimli as a character, but yeah, he has it bad for Gadriel. But yeah, the Lady of the Woods, he will sing her praises for all eternity. Okay.
That he will.
That he will. But after they basically toss Wormtongue out because he apparently has been whispering darkness and lies into Theoden, the king. Is that the king?
Theoden, yeah.
Theoden. But yeah, it's like, so basically they give him try to like give him like a redemption opportunity of like ride with us into the fight, and like he's like, nah, he tucks tail and runs, and they're like, okay, let him run, next time we see him we'll kill him then. But
Yeah,
that,
which didn't they say later in later chapter that he was caught riding with orcs, or like being seen with orcs?
he was seen with orcs. He was heading toward Isengard because after he basically ran off, he does go to Isengard. But yeah. But so Theoden is released from Wormtails and by extension Saruman's influence, and he gains his backbone back, and they decide to ride off to Helm's Deep to offer aid. And another difference between the books and the movies, Errolwyn does not go with them. They do not take the entirety of their town with them to Helm's Deep. It is basically just she is left in charge of is this Rohan? I think
so.
I think so. Yeah, she's basically just left there. It's like they drag the female characters around in the movies. I'm just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why they would take the entirety of this town when I don't think there was actually any indication that the Horde, as I'm going to call it, was heading toward them specifically. They were basically heading towards Helm's Deep anyway.
Yeah.
Because that was a more militarily significant outpost that they probably should try to take over when it's not a major point. But with Gandalf being like, okay, we're going to go over here now. And they're like, okay. And so they ride off to war. And
I do like Shadowfax. I do like Shadowfax's introduction into this too.
Yeah.
Like they, it's like everybody's talking about like how nobody can even come close to Shadowfax, and Gandalf just whistles at him and he immediately comes to him. It's like,
oh yeah. It's like, he's like, where's Shadow? They're like getting ready to leave, and he's like, and they're like, where's Shadowfax? And the guy's just like, he's somewhere on the fields. No one can get close to him. And Gandalf's just like, okay, whistles, and then just like, horse comes to him, and Theoden is just like, okay, it's like, I do understand, I agreed to give you this horse, but I feel like the horse has already given himself to you, but let's make it official. This is now your horse. Have fun.
yeah, and also, and yeah, it's like, needless to say, it's like Shadowfax is like the top horse out of their entire herd.
Yeah. He is the best of the best, the cream of the crop for that entire herd of horses that they have, which was why when he was under Wormtail's influence, it was kind of an insult that he ran off with Shadowfax to begin with. But now for the interesting part, the Helm's Deep battle. I don't know.
Yes, the battle.
I don't know why I thought this, but I honest to God thought that the competition between Gimli and Legolas and their kill count was a movie original, but no, it's in here.
Oh yeah.
I was not expecting that. I was fully expecting that to be Hollywood trying to add a little bit more humor into this, but like I should know better. Tolkien can write humor as well as action. And
Yeah,
frankly,
it's like yeah, it's fun. It's fun to find like which was movie or which memes were like movie originals and others were like originally from the books.
yeah. Competition of kill counts between the elf and the dwarf. That was in the book. One does not walk into Mordor. That was fully movie.
Yeah, and I believe I want to say "You Shall Not Pass" was a movie original, although the book might have had like a more long-winded version of it.
It had a
If I remember right.
variation of it, but like the "You shall not pass," that exact wording was movie original.
Yeah.
I
Now I'm
think
wondering if like the now I'm wondering if the whole quote that only counts as one, like toward the end when Legolas kills the mammoth.
in book 3.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to be in the book or if that's going to be like a movie exclusive.
I feel like that's going to be a movie exclusive, mainly because though the kill count competition is here, it's less prominent. I don't know. It's like that is their conversation, but like you don't have Legolas like counting as he's shooting down orcs in the movie, and I don't know why. I feel like that's going to make it. I feel like that only counts as one is going to be movie original, but we shall see.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
some
we'll
point.
see because they are like keeping count on their kills. It's like Gimli's like, "Ha, I got 2." It's like,
Cool, I'm
okay,
at
I got
20.
12. Yeah.
It's like,
Gimli's like, "Ha, I'm at 21." Okay, I'm at 2 dozen.
yeah.
I think Legolas's last count was like 39.
39, and Gimli was like at. Well, like, okay, so I think Gimli was at 42, and Legolas was 1 short, so he's at like 41. I think that's what it's at.
All right. Because I know that Gimli was pinned down somewhere, and it's like everybody was like, "Well, if he makes it out of it, he's definitely going to be passing your score."
Mm-hmm. Because Legolas and Aragorn were able to make it up into the Citadel, while Gimli and a few other of the men were basically forced to fall back into the cave system when the orcs were able to get up underneath and into like the drainage culvert and basically blow that section up, and where they were able to successfully divide the forces until Gandalf came with the reinforcements at dawn. I still wonder why the hell in the movie they brought in elves. Because they are nowhere to be seen in here unless I had a stroke and completely missed them.
Yeah, no, because the only mention of elves was like Legolas wishing they had more Feywood archers.
Yeah, he
Or
wanted more archers and basically more arrows, because good grief. After the first wave, he is scrounging for arrows. It's like, it's bad when Legolas has to resort to his knife.
Yep.
But I found, like, Tolkien, he doesn't... In the movie version of Helm's Deep, that went so much longer. And, like, I know, like, that was the climax for, like, the movie. Because, that was at the end of the second movie, right? Am I remembering that right?
Maybe again, it's been a while since I've seen the second movie.
It has been a while. It's like, I want to say Helm's Deep was the climax. Okay, so Helm's Deep is toward the end of, like, that timeline. So, because, like, book 2, I feel like it's going to be basically going backwards and dealing with Frodo and Sam's adventures during this point. Because we only have, like, 4 more chapters, and then we get into, book 2, which from the chapter titles, it looks like book 2 is going to be the adventures of Sam and Frodo during this whole mess.
Yeah.
So I feel like Helm's Deep was the big climactic battle for the second movie. So when they were doing the film adaptation of it, it got the longer drawn out version to make it more epic. Also, they did not yeet a dwarf in the book.
And I am disappointed.
Disappointed that we did not have Gimli yeeting. We, however, had Gimli who actually who came down to help and saw that it was just like, they're doing okay, and just kind of watches. Until he comes in and decapitates 2 guys and be like, I thought you were going to use some help. I thought you had it. I guess y'all didn't. But yeah. Overall, I am enjoying the book, and I really need to read the books more often than I watch the movies, because the books, there's so much more in them.
Same.
Oh my gosh.
Dang it, I was trying to think of what I was wanting to say. Dang it, I lost it.
Okay. But yeah, I think for the next section of reading, we're probably just going to finish up book 3 of the Two Towers, which we're going to be Rose and Isengard. We're going to be going off with we're probably going to get, like, Merry and Pippin against Isengard with the Ents, because I do think the Ents show up again, and I am looking forward to that. I want tree rampage, and I want it to be. I'm just like, I look forward to the trees. I look forward to the trees exacting revenge on their poor neighbors.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah. Okay. So next reading will be finishing up book 3. That's like chapters 8 through 11. And then we'll be delving into the discussion of what has Frodo and Sam been up to. Because they haven't been anywhere in this book so far, except in passing mention of, yeah, they ran off. Rightfully so, because there's orcs everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Any additional comments, questions, or concerns, Rusty?
None that off the top of my head. It's like I'm still trying to remember what I was wanting to say before.
Oh, okay. I'll let you think.
I'll probably think about it when I'm right before I go to sleep. It's like, dang it!
Isn't that how it always ends up? Okay, well, that will be it for this discussion this week. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their week, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!
Bye, y'all.